attempt number 2. Nice. Hey everybody, what's going on? Out of the darkness, oh yeah. Guys, I'm gonna get you fired up for this stream. We're gonna talk about something cool today, and that is bends. Just need to get warmed up first, you know? A little bit more gain. What is going on, everybody? That first attempt didn't work out well. Life advice to you, don't become a content creator. It's a terrible business decision, and it makes you deal with problems like, oh, the camera is not working, but I'm already live. Nothing too bad, but still annoying. But here we are a couple minutes late. Tele Thursday, I called this, because I was just in a good mood to play some guitar, show you some stuff, and why not go live and discuss some of the things together? Because today I got a great topic, because it comes from myself. What I want to do, you know, Christmas is coming up and the holidays are coming up. And I don't know about you, but for me that means I'm gearing up for a time where there's less work. So I can hang out with family, but also work on my playing a little bit, because over the year, there's a million things you need to do when you're me. And often what falls a little bit short then, or comes a little bit short, is working on your playing. And I've been putting my head down and working hard on courses for you guys, videos for you guys, but what I haven't done is work on my own stuff. And lately I realized that my bends especially are a little bit off. When I say they're a little bit off, might very well be that none of the audience could even notice, but I notice, you know? And that shows me that it's always the first thing that goes away when I don't up my game, work on my playing, put in the time that you need to put in to stay at a certain level. What is it for you guys? When you stop practicing, what is the first thing that goes? For me, it's the accuracy in the bend, so the intonation of the bends, especially when we're talking about these double bends or over bends where you're doing the these kind of things where you have a bend and then a bend on top of that in the same stroke, if you will. And this is something we're going to practice today. I'm going to show you how I practice these kinds of bends and what I'm doing to get those accurate. By the way, if you want to go deeper into the topics of double bends and melodic bends and how to add bends to your melodic soloing, check out my guitar course in the description down below, because obviously it's Christmas time and we're running Christmas discounts. So 20% off on every single course, and if you bundle courses at checkout, you can save up to 50% on certain courses. So great time right now to go into the Joey Jones shop, description down below, and get a couple courses for the holidays, because we all will have a little bit of time, hopefully, to work on our playing. Wintertime's the best time to work on our playing, right? So, okay, bends. We're going to use this backing track here. This is E minor, or E flat minor? E flat minor. It's E flat minor. So I'm attuned to E flat, and E flat standard, that is. And so I'm playing from the E minor position. And what you can do to practice your bends is put yourself in the situation in the solo where you want to play a bend and then bend up without playing. So you aim at the note and then you're playing. That gives you a good impression on how accurate are you estimating where the right, pitch is when you're bending. So let's say, let me get the cable out of the way here. So let's say let's say this is E for now, and this is the bend we're using here. So this is 15th fret, B string, we're bending up to E. It's easy when you play the note and bend up then, because then you just stop where the pitch is right? But what makes it ultimately masterful is when you can bend up without playing and you know it's the right note. So you're bending up and then you're playing, and when that is correct, your bends are spot on. And I noticed, because I haven't worked on my bends lately, that my bends are slightly off. So this is what we're doing now. So we're using a couple bends in the E minor scale. And we're trying to aim at the correct pitch before we're playing. And obviously we're not doing that in the vacuum, we're doing it with the backing track, right? So I always want to play with music. That is my philosophy. If you're just playing for yourself without any accompanying music, to me that's a little sad. You always want to play with other instruments, and if you're alone, like I am in my room here when I'm not playing with a band, I use my looper. So I use this loop here. And by the way, if you have questions, let me know in the comments. I'll answer as many as I can. All right. So let's try a couple bends on the G string first, right? Easiest. So far, so good. Again. So this one's pretty spot on. So my muscle memory in the 2nd fret G string is right. So let's try something else. Let's try 7th fret. Not perfect. Way better. That was our first double bend. Sounded good. Also good. So this is what I do. I go through all the different strings then. Sometimes I aim before I play, sometimes I just play the note right away. Now I aim before. And it worked out well. Now we're going through the strings and trying all these bends. See, this was too sharp, so I need to do that again. And, you know. Now I need to save that in my head, you know. Now we're in the 12th fret. See, I'm having trouble with the 12th fret here. I can't quite get to the pitch to be perfect. There it is. Too sharp. Oh yeah. See, now I got it again, you know? But I need to go through it a couple times to, you know, update my memory on where that bend is. This obviously is one of the most common ones. Let's go to the B string now. Well, that was a little bit shaky. Let's try that again. There we go. That is super spot on, so this one is right. Let's move up. Also, don't forget these half step bends. They're super important too. I use them a lot. See, a couple of those are okay, but not perfect, you know, like this one. There it was. This is really hard one because you're bending up 3 half steps. Sharp. There it is. And so on and so on. That is my routine, you know? This is how I go through the bends, and I challenge myself and I mirror exactly. This wasn't a good bend, Joey. This was an okay bend. This bend was spot on. It's pretty much those 3 categories where I'm going for. And then I go through these bends very methodically and just, you know, update my memory on them. Where is that exact bend? And then do it a couple times, do it 3 times, 5 times, 10 times, until I got it again, until I understand where it is, play it more. And next time I'm picking up the guitar, my bends hopefully are a little bit better again. But obviously this just doesn't get better with just one session, which is me sitting here for 30 minutes and doing that. I have to do that a couple times. If this is what I want to during the holidays. So again, double bends, what I just did here, or here. These kinds of bends, where they are, how to use them, how to even do them, and how to incorporate them in your solo playing is part of the melodic soloing guitar course if you're interested in that. Again, we got super cool discounts, so check them out. Do we have questions here? Yeah, we have. At least one that I can see. Don't be shy, guys. If you have questions, now is a good time. Now I'm here for a couple more minutes at least. Gary asks, hey Joey, I noticed that you like to change tunings a lot on your #1 Tele. Yeah. Do you have any tips for us on how to keep your guitar in tune when changing tunings so often? All right, yeah. So, to be honest, I don't do much. Does that make sense? So when I tune this guitar down, I only ever change strings when I go really, really low and I need to record something for professional recording, something that gets, you know, is heard by a label or something like that, where we absolutely have to be 100% in tune. Or when I'm doing something like a heavy metal song or something like, which doesn't happen that often, but I'm more like an alternative rock guy. But other than that, I never change tunings because 10 to 46 is what I usually use. Sometimes it's 10 to 52, like the slinky top, heavy bottom stuff, because you can play pretty much everything with that. Strings are getting slinkier when you go down in pitch. So let's say you go to one of my favorites, which is C-sharp standard. Your guitar gets slinkier, but the slinkiness has a sound that is so cool and is so wiry and it sounds so dark and, you know, jangly, that it does something that's I'd say it's pretty special, you know. And then I don't want to change strings because that is exactly what I want. If I go and change strings to, let's say, a set of 11s, it kind of sounds, it has the same string tension then as in, let's say, standard E. So the feel is the same, but it doesn't sound as special anymore. So sometimes I just like that slight out of tune kind of thing because it has a certain vibe that I like. I like it when strings go slightly out of tune, just ever so slightly. So my tip is don't change anything at all, unless you're getting problems with your neck angle. If that is the case, you need to do something, but then I would just readjust the neck. Or if you're more pragmatic than that, you could just have, and if you have the means, by the way, if you're lucky enough to have more than one guitar, you can obviously go ahead and just have certain guitars in just the same tuning all the time. You adjust the neck angle perfectly, you get the right set of strings for your liking, and you just keep a guitar in that tuning. But I don't do anything. I'm in E flat tuning now, and I think I started recording a new Joey Jones song, by the way, yesterday in drop B. And I use the exact same strings. So it's the same setting. I just tuned it up again. That's all that I did. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty much it. You adjust how you play. You adjust it a little bit. You maybe pick a little lighter so you don't bang it out of tune as much. But other than that, I think you're good to go. What kind of frets do you have on your Tele? Vintage or 6105? Buddy, Fahrenheit 1982. Buddy, 6105 for the win. 6105s is what I would like to have on every guitar in the world. 6105s are the best thing since sliced bread, because 6105s, you can do these cool bends. Without any problems. I don't like vintage frets. In fact, if a guitar has vintage frets, and it happened in the past that people offered me their Telecaster. There are people who are offering me guitars to buy them. And I actually told people that I can't have or buy that guitar because they have vintage frets. Vintage frets to me are a no-go. They are a deal breaker because I like big frets. I don't like my skin rubbing on the fretboard, and that is because I play a lot of big bends. And vintage frets were not made to play big bends. So 6105s all the way. If you want to go bigger, also fine. I play jumbo, so I play 100s if I need to. It's fine. I'm pretty good with that. What is your gauge? 10 to 46, like I said, or 10 to 52, but I tend to like 10 to 46 the most. I don't have it here, but I bought a set of 9.5s to 44 or something because I want to try the in-between set. I used to play 11s a lot, like Joe Bonamassa did in the past, but not anymore. Don't like the sound, don't like the feel. I like it a little bit more slinky. And yeah, has just a special sound and I like it. Here's a question from Simon. Simon, hey, what's going on, man? If you had a live recording you want to release, but you notice a little bit of sloppy playing, would you replace it or leave it in to ensure the live experience? Simon, very good question. So if you go through my YouTube stuff or Instagram, doesn't matter, you will probably, that's not live, obviously, but this is a question about philosophy pretty much in music. Do you like the human element of a little bit of a fuck up here and there? I do, because I'm used to hearing live recordings of old Grand Funk Railroad, Fleetwood Mac with Peter Green, the live stuff of Led Zeppelin, even though they edited the shit out of it, but there are still some flaws in it. And I'm so used to that I like it more that way. So if you actually go through my YouTube stuff, sometimes you'll see me actually fuck up a note and I just leave it in, even though I would have the chance to play another take, but I'm like, that's fine, that's good. That's me being human, that's me being, you know, just somebody who can actually live with that. I am a perfectionist when I'm recording usually, but sometimes I can actually fight that and say, no, this is fine. This is like a 99.7% super good take, and there was just one bad note in it. What I can't accept usually is a bad bend. To circle back to our topic here today about bends. Usually when I have a bad bend, I usually redo a take because a bad bend always sounds nasty. I just can't stand it. So my bends are usually on point. I make an effort out of that, but a little bit of a fuck up is fine. I don't like overproduced records too. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm all for a little bit of sloppy playing. There's a fine line. So if this is perfection right here, and this is sloppy, there's a gray area in between right here where it's a little sloppy but still cool. Like you're trying really hard and you're fighting the strings and it still sounds rock and roll. And more towards that side, it's like, it's sounding sloppy and it's sounding bad because either you can't play it, it's just too much for you, you just are too ambitious, you can't do that, this is too big for you. And if it's going in that direction, I would redo it. If we're here in that gray area where it's like, yeah, it's a little bit sloppy, but it's cool sloppy, or it's sloppy but everybody knows you can actually pull it off, then it's fine. That's how I would say it. Aitor Fresneda, hope I pronounced that correctly, says, Tele pickup suggestion, please. I bought one because of you. Well, thank you, man. That's nice. By the way, the pickups that I have in this Tele are in the affiliate links down below. So if you go to my gear in the affiliate links, you can check out what kind of Tele pickups I use. It's Fender Nocaster pickups. If you use the link down below to buy anything, it doesn't cost you any more, but I get a small percentage. So it's a great way to support the channel. Nocaster pickups in this. It came with these kinds of pickups. It's a twisted Tele in the neck, I guess, but it doesn't matter to me because I never use the neck pickup on its own. So if you go with a Nocaster set of pickups, you get this kind of sound. So that's actually fine. I like it because it's a little hotter than the standard Tele pickup that usually comes in a Fender. And what I like about it is it compresses a little bit more. And for me, that's perfect because then the Tele is not so spiky, you know? So I can always recommend those. If you want to go more high-end than that, which is not necessary because these Fender pickups are great. But if you, in case you wanted to go a little bit more high-end from somebody who actually does this by hand, then go with Kloppmann pickups here in Germany. Their 52 Tele pickups are awesome. Right. Do we have more questions? Do you have any tips in the same spirit maybe for a Strat? No. So here's the thing. I'm a strong believer that you should share knowledge that you have in the areas that you have knowledge in. But then there's areas where you don't have as much knowledge, and then you should just be quiet, in my opinion. And that's the case with me in Strats. I've owned Strats in stretches, different periods of my life. Here and there I owned a Strat, but I never actually played a Strat enough to be an expert with that instrument. But the standard tips would be careful where you're picking. So exactly same with the Tele here. Where you're picking really much dictates your tone. So let's play a little bit cleaner here. I can pick here very close to the bridge. And then it sounds very, very wiry. And it sounds very Black Flag, right? Or I can pick very close to the neck. It sounds very round, and depending on where you decide to pick and where your hand lies, makes a lot of the sound. And with the Strat, it's actually the same. With the single coil pickups, they really react a lot to where you're picking, much more than humbuckers do. So with humbuckers, a lot more forgiving, I sometimes feel. And with single coils, really watch where you're picking. Because some people, I feel like, really want that kind of round, smooth Tele tone that I have. And they go straight for what gear I'm using, when in fact they should first check out where they're picking. Because where I'm picking is I'm not the traditional Tele player. This is where part of my sound comes from. A traditional Tele player would do this. You know, playing really, really close to the bridge, like. That kind of stuff, you know? We can make it more authentic. That's what a Tele player would usually do, but that's not how I'm picking. I'm picking way more in the middle, I would say. So when we're playing, you can hear the sound is not as wiry anymore. It doesn't sound like bluegrass anymore. Because this is where I'm picking. This is like coming from a Les Paul style, because I've played Les Pauls all my life. And what I'm doing is I'm applying my Les Paul style that I've learned for like decades. I'm applying that on a Tele. This is why it sounds how it sounds. So before we go into my pedals, which you can find in the description down below, which is also a big part of my sound, and the delays and what else I'm using, it's all good, but how I'm playing, like thick pick, 2 millimeters, where I'm picking, very important. Okay, what else? Hi man, hey Drowning Time officially, what's going on? How would you compare old Tele seasoned wood, very light, with semi-hollow body Teles? I've heard people say that the lighter the body, the better. Debatable, I would say. So, can I first say that this is, how do I say this? Can I say that this is like a very privileged conversation to have. Like generations before us didn't give a damn about how heavy or how light a guitar was. They just played a guitar and wrote a good song. I just have to give that as a prologue here for that answer, because sometimes I feel like we get so heady about this stuff. It's amazing. So the more I got into the YouTube and the Instagram game, the more I understood how heady people get about this stuff. Really, it's crazy. But when you consider how I started to play guitar, I never gave a damn about these things. When I liked the guitar, I just liked it and started playing music, and that was it. And I had all the fun in the world with it. Didn't matter what it actually weighed, but here we are in 2025. Everybody wants to know how light a guitar is. I can't confirm or deny that a light guitar is better than a heavy one, because there's so many factors to this. It feels better. Obviously, it feels a lot better to have a light guitar. Do I think they always sound better? No. I think it depends on so many parameters. And so that's why I can't really say anything about it. But it sure feels nice, because if you're playing standing up and you're having a strap, then the thing is, you don't want it to hurt your shoulder, right? So a lighter guitar is more pleasant to have around your neck, right? But are there heavy teles out there who could sound amazing? Yeah, for sure. So can't say that this is like a scientific law or something. But obviously the hype around light guitars is just incredible. Everybody wants the lightest guitar. By the way, if you want a light guitar and you want a Tele style guitar and maybe even semi-hollow, just go for a Nick Huber Surfmeister, because those are the lightest guitars ever. Let me try and get it out here. Whoa. Wonder if this was a good idea. Probably not. See, if you want the lightest Tele available, this is 2.5 kilograms. It's a Tele style guitar. Shall I play it for you guys? I think I'll play it for you. This is a Nick Huber Surfmeister. I call it the most complete guitar in the world. Well, that's my cable. Oh, this is tuned very low. Let's tune up real quick. Surfmeister is a guitar by Nick Huber that is light as a feather. You can have it with whatever pickup combination you want to have it, because they build it custom for you. And if you have the means, this is the most complete guitar, because it does everything. It does the rock thing, but it also does the very nice sparkly. Let me show you. Oh, that's so nice. Very Tele-like, even though we're playing humbuckers. It's like a combo of a Tele and a 335 or something. It's awesome. Amazing guitar. So yeah. Why don't you play Strats? Asking for a friend. By the way, I totally appreciate your groove. Keep doing you. Thank you, man. Thanks, Phil. Why don't you play Strat? 3 out of 5 sounds on the Strat I don't like. Namely 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 5 are great. 2, 3, and 4 I never had any application for. Because when I play 4, I always play John Mayer. And when I play 2, I always play Stevie Ray Vaughan. So, you know, when let me show you what I mean. I can't show you because I don't have a Strat, but I will show you what always happens when I play a Strat. So when I play a Strat and I'm on the second position, so I think a bridge and the middle single chord together, I always go, you know, that kind of stuff. I always go. By the way, how cool is that kind of Tele sound out of that humbucker guitar? It's so nice, right? I always go for that. And whenever I have this, the position 4 on a Strat, I always play, you know, stuff like. And nothing is wrong about that, except for the fact that that already exists. You know what I mean? I'm playing somebody else's songs, and to me, that's not that's something I can do for 30 minutes, and I'm good. But then I'm not satisfied anymore. I need to go into my own little lane, and it's just that one instrument out of the bunch that doesn't allow me to play something that is me, you know? I can never play me on a Strat. I always play songs of somebody else. I go to the neck pickup and I always go play Clapton, you know? And that's the thing with me and Strats. So nothing against Strats. So if it's your vibe, that's fine, but it doesn't allow me to play like I would play with any other guitar and do stuff that is just uniquely me. And I need to do that, you know? So, fine. I would love to see you slay a Strat the way you do that, Tele. That would be awesome. In a guitar store, I sometimes do, but rarely happens. Have you heard about Blue Guitar already? Did you have the chance to try their products out? No. I know what they are. Being somebody who is at Guitar Summit usually every year, either because I'm playing for Nick Huber on stage or doing something else. I know Thomas Blug. I have talked to him. We're friendly. We don't know each other well, but we've heard about each other. And the thing is, when it comes to gear, it's very hard to convince me of something new, because what I have is already 130% of what I need. So I don't think I have any application for it, but I've heard good things. Calgary watching. What's up, dude? Trail Dust Tire Tracks. Hey, man. Greetings to Calgary. I'm here in fucking cold Berlin. How's the weather over there in Calgary? Probably cold too, right? You guys have very low temperatures right now. I know, because in Chicago they will have like -10 on Sunday when the Bears are playing. So that's pretty crazy. Another question here. Emerson Sales. Hi Joey, what do you think about the Fender Telecaster 1996 standard? Would it be possible to achieve a similar sound with it as your custom shop Tele? Sure, man. Emerson, I think the thing is, the exact year of the Tele doesn't matter as much. It matters if the guitar actually resonates. If you play it and you try it out, does it do something with you? Are you feeling it? Are you having the feeling that this is a nice instrument? Are you feeling comfortable on the instrument? If the answer to all these questions is yes, then yes, this guitar can get you similar sounds just because what you hear when I'm playing the Tele is me feeling comfortable on an instrument. So if you're feeling comfortable on an instrument, you can get similar sounds. You might want to upgrade the pickups at a later stage, but I don't see why a 1996 Telecaster wouldn't give you similar sounds. Hey Dunk the Punk, what's going on? Monaco has a question too. I really enjoy your style of playing. Thank you, man. Been going back through your videos. My son and I agree you are a favorite guitar player. We are ordering your courses this week. Hey man, Monaco, that's super nice. That's super nice. If you're ordering the courses for you and your son, that is a great present for you and your son. That's just awesome. Both of you can benefit from that. I hope you like it, and thank you so much for the nice words. It's so nice having people all over the world chiming in. I'm getting DMs on a daily basis, guys, on Instagram, on YouTube. Even though I'm not the biggest YouTuber, because my Instagram channel is way bigger, and we're trying to catch up here on YouTube. But even though it's not the biggest channel yet, a lot of people are chiming in and giving me absolutely nice and kind compliments. This is awesome. Thank you, man. I'm trying to do what I can to inspire you. Right. All right. Thank you, Monaco. Excellent playing, ordering your courses. That's great. Right now it's the time, guys, because Christmas discounts in the shop. 20% on all the single courses, up to 50% if you bundle courses at checkout. So if you're adding more than one. Okay, what else do we have? Guten Abend aus der Schweiz. Guten Abend. Was geht ab? Hey Joey, greetings from Atlanta, Georgia. You guys still have warm weather, right? I'm searching desperately for a place where it's not that cold in December. I think you still might have like pretty mild temperatures in Georgia at this point, right? I have a Telecaster Pro 2. Nice guitar, man. Brent, very nice guitar. And it has an awful static buildup. I hear it through the amp. Do you have similar issues? A static buildup? A static buildup. Do you mean when you touch it or when you rub it that you have this weird feeling on the hands? Is that what you mean? Static buildup. If that's not what you mean, I'm not sure I understand. Do you have similar issues? I don't have any build-up noise something issues, but I have to say, you need one thing you need to know is I'm using a noise gate all the time. Because when I'm plugging into my FRACTAL FM9, this is what I'm using for this live stream and for most of my YouTube stuff, it has an automatic noise gate built in. It's a super intelligent gate, so it gates the right parts, and that's why you never hear any noise with my Telecaster. If I hadn't had that noise gate on, you would hear massive amounts of noise, because yeah, I'm playing high gain sounds, right? So I'm playing high gain sounds, and you would hear a lot of noise if that wasn't the case. Yes, when you touch the pick guard, you can hear it crackle and pop. Now, let's try it. Can I hear it crackle and pop when I touch the pick guard? No. No, I don't have that issue. You should probably discuss that with the shop you bought it from, because that's not nice, and it shouldn't be that way. Sorry for that, Brand. I have all courses already, and I must admit they're amazing. From Belgium, by the way. We are neighbors. Hey man, that's great. Greetings to Belgium. And it's always nice to hear you like the courses so much. I put so much effort in those courses. You can't imagine how much work it is to build a course that's maybe 60 minutes long, and most of my courses are longer than that. I think 70 to 90 minutes. It's so much work. It's so much tab stuff you have to do. I have to think of cool backing tracks for you so you have fun playing. And when I hear you like these things, they inspire you and they make you better players. That's the best thing you'd actually tell me, because then I know the hard work actually paid off. Because without that, what's a course for? Like if you don't enjoy it, and if you don't get something out of it, then I don't think I succeeded with my course. So it's nice to hear. Stankest guitar face in the world. Ha, love the feel and grooves, bro. Shall we play something and answer the other questions later? What are we doing? I don't know. All right. What else do we have? A lot of questions today. George Apostolakis here. Hey, George. Best regards from Greece. Hey, man. I just visited Greece in September. I was in Corfu. Nice. You are a monster, dude. You are the guitar player we all would love in our band. Hey, man, that's such a nice compliment. I don't hear that often, but it's nice to hear. Thank you. What's up, dude? Shout out from Chicago. Love you, but oh, dude. Hey, from Chicago, you guys are. When it comes to weather, this weekend you got coming up is going to be cold, huh? I just checked temperatures because I'm betting on football, and the Bears are getting -10 Celsius. My God, how do you even cope with that? Solos are killer. Thank you, man. Greetings to Chicago. Never visited many other parts of the U.S., but not Chicago, unfortunately. I have your melodic soling course. Still working at it. Nice, man. Any tips for sorting a crackling jack socket on a Tele? No, I just bring it to my tech usually when that shit happens. I can solder. In general, guys, I think what I might have in talent at guitar is missing in other parts of my life. So I can't solder. I can't do these kinds of things. So I usually bring it to my tech if that happens. Although I know it's a pretty easy fix. You could definitely do it yourself, but I don't have the time and the nerves and all that and the patience. There's so many other things I have to do during the day. I'm building my dream Tele, says the Overstocker. As we speak, have a USA Jimmy Page rosewood neck and a frost blue metallic MJT body. Nice. Super lightweight and 2-piece ash. I have a 59 spec bridge and parts. Sounds very good. Overstocker sounds like the right ingredients for a nice guitar. I would approve all of that. The rosewood neck, man. Frost blue metallic. It's not a color everybody has. Lightweight body. It feels good when you play standing up. Nice. Try and get compensated saddles so your guitar is intonated all the way from the 1st to the 21st fret. Makes much more sense. You're dealing with weird geometry when you're going for the vintage style Tele bridge. It doesn't really work intonation wise, so get compensated saddles if you can. They shouldn't be much more expensive, but oh my God, you can get chords like these to be perfectly in tune or something like that. You know? This weekend is gonna suck ass. Yeah, man, it's gonna be pretty cold, but you need to know in Germany it's not gonna be any better. It's not gonna be -10, but it's uncomfortable too. Right, only need to choose pickups. It's routed for a humbucker neck route. Hey, humbucker in the neck is great. That lipstick, I don't use. I never use it actually. So humbucker in the neck is fine for me. Any plans to release more solo music in the future? No Quitters Winner is an awesome song. Yes, man. There's going to be, well, how can I say? Am I allowed to talk about this? I think. 2020, let me put it this way, right? Without spawning too much hope. But 2026 might be the year we actually get two things. A full Joey Jones solo album where I sing and play guitar and have a band. A lot of the riffs and songs you have heard in my videos before, I made them into full songs. And the other thing is Joey Jones live shows. So maybe, if all goes well, both of these things happen. That's all I can say for now. And the shows are exclusively going to be in Germany. So if you're not German, I'm sorry. But never say never. What else? Do we have anything else? Greetings from Brazil, Rio. Hey man, Brazil, nice. That's far away. It's summer here. Yeah, I'd love to have summer right now. You can't imagine. I'm already looking forward to it. What are you guys doing for Christmas? You're visiting the family, having nice times, playing guitar? Are you gonna watch movies? What's your usual Christmas schedule? And also, I've been asked if I'm going to redo the Christmas hangout that I did last year with the cookies and whiskey and tea and all that stuff, and I will. I absolutely plan on doing that next week. I guess Tuesday or Wednesday it's gonna go up. I'm gonna do a proper hangout, ugly Christmas sweater, Packers beanie on. I'm going to have tea, cookies, whiskey, everything. We're gonna hang out. I'm gonna answer your questions and I'm gonna play a couple of licks, do a recap of the year, and say thanks to all of you. And it's going to be nice. So it's gonna be a nice hangout. Music City Bridgecombe Brass House. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't have to tell you anything, Overstoker. I mean, you know what to do. You have taste. Are you producing new courses in the meantime? Yeah, I thought about it. But what I usually do is I do polls with all course buyers via email what they want to see next in the Joey Jones shop, because I don't want to just do a course and hope that you guys are like it. What I want to do is do a course that I know gives you the biggest improvement as players in your phases right now, which is why I usually do polls and ask you what kind of direction should I go next. There was a nice suggestion the other day in the comments of one of my newer videos about doing a recording course, like how do you get a good signal how do you produce a good signal, how do I produce my tones right here so you can hear it, what do you absolutely need, what do you don't need, and all these different things. So what do you need to look out for when you're recording guitar? What frequencies do you need to know? So recording course was a nice suggestion, but I have to obviously double check with you guys if that's what you want to do. Yeah. Thank you so much for getting me into Teles. I bought pickup saddle, strings, and a silver jubilee from Thomann because of you. Man. Jonas, we share the same first name. Jonas Beckis, thank you so much, man. You bought all this stuff because of me? That's awesome. I hope you like your sound now. It would be bad if you didn't. That's crazy, man. Thank you so much. What frequencies you roll off to subdue those Tele spiky sounds that can be a bit harsh? 5K, 5,000 hertz. Try 3K or 5K. If you have a parametric EQ, you can try 5K or 3K and roll off the high end above 7K in your cabs. That's what your IR. So that's what you need to do. Another vote for the recording course. Super nice. All right. Guys, shall we play a little bit more? And I'm going to show you a couple more bends because I answered a lot of questions now. I give you a little bit more about bends, play a little bit more with the backing track. And if you have a couple of closing questions, let me know. And then we do a final round of questions and then we call it a day. What do you think? Let me know your questions in the chat in the meantime. I'm going to show you how I work on bends, and this is how you can work on bends. So, we already did bends on the G and the B string, right? Now, let's do a couple that are a little bit more complex because they are on the high E string. To me, almost the most complex bends because they are the edge of the fretboard. So let's try a couple. See, the last one was too sharp, so let's try it again. Spot on. 5 bends in a row to the same pitch. You need to be able to do that if you want 100% control over the pitch of your bend. Too sharp? Better. And then that's how I practice bends, you know? Like I said, aim before you bend, aim before you play is one exercise, and the other is to bend up a couple of times in a row in rhythm and try to, you know, catch the right pitch every time. Super good exercise. Let's try this up here. Double. Are you hitting the right pitch every time? Super good exercise, and it's especially hard on the high E string, I feel. Now, let's combine all these different bends and play as many bends as we can to get a feel for it. From down here to up here. Let's force ourselves to play a lot of bends. That's how I practice bends, and I will continue to do so over the holidays. And this is what I'm going to do with my free time when I'm not playing board games with the family or something like that, you know, just to get my bends back. All right. Any more questions before we call this a day and end this live stream, guys? Now is the time. Before I go through the last questions, one more time, check out the Christmas discounts in my shop for the guitar courses, because right now you can get 20% off on single courses, and if you bundle more courses at checkout, that's up to 50% if you bundle more courses. There's also something called the All Courses Bundle. I think there's only 3 or 4 left, where you can get all my 4 big courses for the biggest discount, which is like 50%. So you can get a course for $50 a course times 4. And there's 3 of those bundles left before they go back to normal pricing. So check that out. Now is a great time. So let's get into these last couple questions here. I like how to No, like how to pan the guitars, how to build a full song. Yeah, exactly. If we did a recording course, then that's what I would do too. Like how to pan guitars, where to put what in a stereo image, all these cool things. It goes more into the direction of producing guitars, which I think is like kind of like an edge topic for guitar players. Not all guitar players are interested in that. So we would need to check, but I'll do that. I converted my Squire into a playing beast. I wired it as modified 51 notecaster, and man, I love the tone. That's nice, man. Sounds completely right. Okay, Overstoker. One more question here. Any thoughts on pickups for this thing? Brand pole pieces. I was looking at the Bludgeon Custom Shop Seymour Duncan's. I mean, with pickups, I feel like the difference are in the nuances, right? So I probably get the Nocaster Fender pickups I have in the description down below as an affiliate link. Check these out. They're really, really good. If you want to get close to this kind of sound, which is a little bit more compressed, not as spiky, then the Nocaster pickups are fine, I guess. I don't have all the experience in the world with all these different pickup manufacturers. I know the bare knuckle stuff is good, the Klopman stuff is good, the Amber stuff is good, but I've never heard about the Bludgeons, so don't know. Okay, last one here. How does your tone control work? Do you also have it as a blend pot? No, I don't. It's a regular tone pot and I actually never use it. I try to dial in my sound in a way that it works without the tone pot. It's actually the reason why on my signature Joey Jones Nick Huber guitar, I don't have a tone pot. I could do that. I have used it in the past when I'm recording something and it's just a little bit too spiky. But usually I don't need to use the tone pot as much because I dial in my sound according to what it sounds like with just the volume pot full on. For me, it's super important though to have a usable sound when you roll down the volume. So this is like a pretty high gain sound here, right? For me, it's incredibly important that when you roll down the volume that you still have a usable sound, because I do that all the time. I clean up my sounds by just using the volume pot. This is a very usable clean sound. Go from there to... It's amazing. I need that dynamic range, so volume pot, that's where the magic is at. Right. No, I don't have a treble bleed in my guitars. As far as I know, there's no in the Nick Hubers. No. Don't need it. If you have a good amp model that you're using, or a good amp that cleans up nicely, for me, this is one of the most important abilities of a tube amp is, does it clean up nicely? So when I roll back the volume, does the sound implode? Because there's a lot of high gain sounds. When you do that, the sound just implodes. It just goes dull. And then there's no clarity left. But with the Marshall Silver Jubilee, or especially like Plexi style amps, when you clean up, it's just so nice. I can go to full clean here if I want to, guys. That's like awfully clean already. And I can go back to... Because I'm the type of player that likes to clean up my sound myself without, I don't need 3 channels on an amp, I need usually 1, and then I just clean it up because you have all the shades of gain, you know? You can go from awfully clean to a little dirty to crunchy to full on. And everything in between. It's like you always have full control over the saturation of your sound. I love that. Huh. So the tone pot is wide open. Yes, it is. Always is. Right. Did you try the Fender Tone Master? No, I haven't. I have a Fractal FM9. I'm about to try a Helix, I think, just out of curiosity. I don't think I'm gonna switch, but yeah. All right, guys, that's it. It was a nice hangout with you guys. It was a lot longer than I expected. I actually wanted to close it down at 30 minutes. We didn't get that done. It's a lot longer now. But you got so many questions. I like it. I love it. I see you next week with the Christmas hangout. Don't forget to check out the guitar courses and my gear in the description down below. I see you. Have a nice weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.